guys, I am back. Sorry for those of you coming in live, I was a little late today. People really like to come in and shop last minute. Hi Joel. Got a couple mollies converted to saltwater in here. Take care of some of the algae we got going on. Cute little orange storm clown. We still have some Peterson's cleaner shrimp in here. And some sexy shrimp. And our leather toadstools that are looking amazing. This lime green one is finally opened up. And that one in the back is a long tentacle, and that's been opened up. But apparently these two don't want to be opened at the same time. I wonder if there's some chemical warfare going on amongst themselves. This gorgonian, it's not showing up well, but it's like kind of yellow with the pinkish polyps. And really branchy. I love that one. Yeah, Joel made the joke that I was primping in the office ready to get ready, or getting ready for the live stream. I was doing no such thing. Just finishing up some customers. We have some Junkin corals looking great. A couple candy canes left. Our Blastos, Blastomusas. They are listed as Blastomusa merleti. These little ones might be merletis, the others are not. I'm gonna have to double check my scientific names on those. Rhodactis mushrooms, that one with the orange ring around it, it's looking really cool. And then, ooh, actually, that one right there is not a Rhodactis, that is a leopard skin discosoma. I think that one right there is also a discosoma. I don't think I even have it taken here for discosomas, so I'm probably going to have to switch that over. And now we have the rock flowers over here, because they're just getting too crowded in the other tank. That's a hairy mushroom, hairy Rhodactis. Our little tank here is maturing slowly, still going through some ugly stages. Look at this like cyano matte. It's like purple and deeper weird colors than it usually is. That's a lot. Anyway, I think it's because it's dying off. It's slowly getting out competed. Ooh, the feather duster in the back looks really good today. And the gorgonian I gotta clean off. I don't know if the gorgonian's gonna survive this ugly stage. We have dinoflagellates. We have the kind that are sucking out all the nutrients. So in order to combat that, we actually have to balance out the nutrients. So we've been taking water out of this tank, and instead of replacing it with clean salt water, because that's just going to zero things out even more than they already are, we've been taking the dirty water from the Fowler tank over here with the high nitrates, but it's a good nitrate to phosphate ratio in here. So we've been taking this water to seed it, basically kickstart that macroalgae in the corals and stuff. There are ways to dose nitrate and phosphate if you need to, if you're dealing with that kind of dinoflagellate. However, we have a cheap way of dosing of, we just have a Fowler tank where they're very messy fish and they get water changes a lot. So before water change, we just take some of their dirty water and it goes over there. Thanks guys for eating and pooping so much. Not really looking at you. The butterfly's not so dirty. The grouper that's hiding right there, looking at you, buddy. You're dirty. The long fin clowns, there's some tattering going on the fins. I think they're fighting a tiny bit. But overall, everybody's looking pretty good in here. I need my blue light lens. I keep forgetting it. There's the other clown. That one's fins are almost pristine, so I have a feeling that's the one winning out for the dominance in this tank. I do love this tank. Alright, who do we have on the saltwater wall? We have still this giant orange spotted rabbitfish. This thing is a massive algae eater. It prefers eating algae over anything else. So if you have a big tank and you do not yet have a rabbitfish and you want a algae eater, these guys, in my experience, eat a lot more algae than the fox-faced rabbitfish. They may not be that bright yellow. I still think they look cool. I still really like the colors on them. And like I said, in my experience, they eat a lot more algae. We also have a Scopus tang, which is good at eating algae. That one's nice and fat. The lunar wrasse is also fat. The dotty back is out. Hey, buddy. That's the indigo dotty back. All the naked clowns. We have a big pajama cardinal up here hanging out by itself. Everyone in here is still the same. Still the Tanetti tang and the Queen Formosa wrasse. The really cute little Caribbean sharp-nosed puffer. And there he goes. Camera shy. The Miniatus grouper. They still have these really cool gold nugget clowns. And that yellow spotted dwarf scorpion fish. It's so stinking cute. I do think it's actually eating frozen foods as well. However, I have been throwing live foods in there just in case. The undulated trigger is in here now because I'm not sure if he's the one causing issues in the other tank. Some things kind of go bump in the night in the tank he was in, so I moved him over here just in case. But he's still young and still has a chance to be nice. He was nice with the fish that he was put in with, maybe not the fish that were added after him, which tends to be the case with aggressive fish. Always add your most aggressive fish last. I love this clown. He just has that perfect little polka dot on top of his head. And this guy looks like he's wearing like a headband. I saw on the other live stream there was the debate of the lionfish. The lionfish is sold. Sorry guys, I bought her. This is actually the same lionfish that we had months and months ago. That only eats live. I still have yet to get her over to frozen. So I just fell in love with her and I took her. If you remember, this system was on hold, and while it was on hold getting treated, lionfish cannot be treated with regular medication, so she was pulled into the back to do a more extensive, more natural quarantine process. So she was back there for a long time, and of course in that time I got attached, and she was out on the wall for a long time with no one buying her before, so I just decided she will be mine, and she will have a tank all to her onesie. Excuse me, with lots of macroalgae. Another algae eater, if you're looking for one, we have this super extra large lawnmower blenny. Look at him. He needs more algae in there. He's like, where's the algae on my rocks? He's already grazing. Little gem tang. Another little gem tang. And the clowns, of course. Seriously, dude. Okay, this pygmy hawkfish is so fat. We need to not maybe feed this tank so much. I heavily feed tanks where there's a giant school of fish, but I think that one definitely gets to the food before everybody else. Super cute blue spotted puffer fish, and the clowns in here. His beak needs to get worn down a little bit. He's not picking at the clams super well. I actually threw some hermits in here for him to attack, so hopefully he's wearing his beak down. The gem tangs cannot be together. That is asking for one of them to die. So naturally they're not schoolers. Some tang school, like yellow tang school. Gem tangs do not school. So that whole idea of like some people with this family of tang, the Zebrasoma, will have like a bunch of yellows that they add at the same time. Sure. One time the idea was thrown out of doing that here with gem tangs, kind of as a joke because they're so expensive. But actually it wouldn't work because in the wild they just form pairs. But we cannot simulate a tank big enough to safely get a pair. Also, you cannot sex them. So you gotta throw them together, hope for the best, and be able to catch them as soon as things start going wrong. Which even if they are male and a female, it's probably gonna go wrong in a small tank. It's just not an environment where they're gonna think, you know what? I should breed. Jason, I'm not sure. As soon as they go into inventory, they are on the website. So you can always reach out through the website to our person that does the ordering and, not the ordering, sorry, handles the online orders and does the shipments. If there's a particular fish you're wondering about, it could also be, if you're looking at the new arrivals list, that they are already sold out. But I would reach out to them about that. I don't honestly know what even came out with freshwater fish this week. So I'm not the person to ask about that. Alright, we have this beautiful gold rim tang, the Banggai cardinal, and the Talbot damsel. There's also a little engineer goby in here, if you can't tell by all of the sand that got moved. Okay, this guy's cool. This is a giant striped bristletooth tang. This was a trade-in. He's been in captivity for a while. He has been fed very well, or she, I don't know. The bristletooth tangs are also known to be amazing algae eaters, but this is a larger species. Some people just think all bristletooth tangs stay small, so they want them for like a 75-gallon tank. Really, I would only recommend the Tamini tangs for that. All the others get quite chunky. Like, that is a big fish. The Quran angel's still here. This guy's just so gorgeous. We have a little azure damsel hanging out back there. Great little pop of color. They tend to be, for a damsel, very peaceful. They're about the same as a clown, where like they can be jerks, but majority of the time they're going to be just fine. This guy, on the other hand, it's a regal damsel. They're a little bit higher on the aggression level. Not the worst damsels in the world, but they can hold their own with big fish. Still have the pink-tailed trigger. The trigger also got moved. It's just a big, aggressive fish, and I was not about to chance these new fish that came out getting nipped. Unfortunately, both gorgeous tangs in here already sold. But I can't, oh, there he is, the toadfish. Shout out to Ross, he did an amazing job. It is so hard to identify toadfish. He did identify the toadfish. This is the one that is only going to get a foot long. So we finally have it priced, $60. The little face that only a mother could love can be yours for 60 bucks. Just don't put him with any little fish. He has a giant mouth. He's like a gulper catfish. He can eat a lot. He needs to be with big fish. Alright, in here we still have a Des Jardini sailfin tang. And there's an Aptasia eating filefish in here somewhere. I'm actually surprised he hasn't sold yet. Everyone's been asking for filefish, and now I have one. Oh gosh, they blend in so well. There you are. Hey, cutie. So shy. He's like, I'm gonna be a leaf in an environment where leaves don't exist. I guess a piece of seaweed. We should be getting our regular coral shipment here in a couple weeks. So right now there's not too many. Oh, anemones. We have a ton of bubble tips. I think all of mine are in here. There's still 3 rainbows in here, including like the biggest one on the bottom. Those are mine. All of our bubble tips have been trade-ins. But some of them are my tank. So you can have a little piece of my tank if you want. If you come in and ask, I can show you which ones are mine. We also have 3 crochet clams. All 3 look to be doing well. No, come on, gimbal. 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 Focus. There we go. Oh, no one's bought these cute little crowns yet. I love these guys. I don't know, I think maybe because they're just different. Another little Pictus Blenny. Hi, buddy. Oh, we have a bunch of Pictus Blennies. They're so cute. Still have a bunch of Dragonettes, and look at the tiny little pajama cardinals. These are captive bred from ORA. There's also a tiny little captive bred tiger goby in there somewhere. We have one in that 10-gallon tank I started showing you guys earlier. So if you want to see what they look like full grown, we have one in there. There is a pair of cinnamon clowns, specifically naked cinnamon clowns. They do get bigger. Think of, I mean, not quite as big as a tomato clown, but along those lines, very aggressive clown, good for a fowler tank. Put them with your bigger predators. I actually have a single one in my fowler tank, and definitely tries to rule the roost. My big fish don't let her, but she tries. But she holds her own. We also have these two Pink Smith damsels, which I tried having together, and that just wasn't going so well, so now they're separate. They're not bothering anybody in their tanks, but they did not like each other. Still have the Camel Hara Blenny, more clowns. That red stoplight cardinal that's actually really red and colorful is in here yet. Two-spot goby. Oh, there you are. These guys are hard to get through quarantine. They are rare. It was a special order. Oops, oops, oops. But they have not reached back out to me. Gimbal, Gimbal, I'm trying to show this cool fish. Behave. Hello, Carol. Oh, Joel. I don't know if there are any fish that I don't love. Maybe? I think there's specific fish. There's been specific jerk fish I've worked with that where I'm like, you know, I could live without that fish in my life. Gimbal. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gimbal, I'm almost done here. Come on. What are we doing? There we go. Okay. There's little Molly Miller Blenny that always comes out and says hi. The white spot pygmy filefish. Gold neon gobies. There's a new type of fangtooth Blenny. Let's see, which one is this? Smith's. That's a Smith's captive bred Blenny. So he's like silvery white with black accents. It's a unique coloration for a saltwater fish. Look really, really good on a black background. Got some more firefish out. That's a cool clown. What do we have in here? There's another engineer goby. Another Pictus Blenny. Oh, there is an orange striped goby in here somewhere. Of course he's hiding. Oh, I love these clowns. We have a pair of black ice clowns. Gorgeous. Striped Blenny. And that's it for new ones in there. Oh, Aptasia eating filefish, captive red, so like a itty bitty one. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh, and we also still have a ton of Kato and a couple of other macroalgae, but mostly Kato in there because y'all have been asking for it. And Gracilaria. Still have some really nice pom-pom Gracilaria. And drip kits are 30% off. If you have saltwater and you do not have a drip kit yet, now is your time. Come get one. These are amazing. They work like an IV. They're super, super easy to use. I drip all my fish. Fish, honestly, it's not as important as inverts. Corals, I still drip. If you have saltwater, get one of these. I honestly like to have like 3 so that I can drip fish, inverts, corals if I go crazy and like bring a whole bunch of stuff home. So even if you have one, get a backup. Get a second. They're amazing. Oh, the pygmy filefish get to be somewhere between 2 and 3 inches. We actually put one in here because I want to test them out. ORA says they are reef safe with caution. From what I've found, they're more reef safe than their Aptasia eating counterparts are. So I put this guy in here with a gorgonian and feather dusters, because if he's gonna go after anything, it's gonna be feather dusters or my rock flower anemones. Maybe the algae. Oh, hi, buddy. But we'll see. Anyway, so that's all I have for you guys today. I will be back next week, and oh yeah, there was hints of news apparently in the other live stream. I don't think I'm quite ready to put that news on the interwebs just yet, so I think y'all will have to wait till next week. Anyway, it's not a kid. For those of you that are like, oh my gosh, it's finally a kid, because some of you know my adoption journey. No, it is not a kid yet. Don't get your hopes up too much with that. Anyway, thanks all for joining me, and I will talk to you all next week.